Today on SA News, we have actor Shia LaBeouf, director Abel Ferrara, and brother Alexander Rodriguez. Guys, it's an honor.
Yeah, thanks, man.
For having us.
Definitely.
Yeah, honor for us, bro.
I know you shed tears. I know you continue to shed tears every day because of man's ingratitude. You choose souls, and despite my unworthiness, you've chosen me.
I'm just going to get straight to it. This is one of those projects that's gained worldwide attention. On this journey, how has the intercession of St. Padre Pio presented itself in each one of your lives, each one of your faith lives in particular?
Yeah, he saved my life. I mean, I needed a figure that felt identifiable, and his patient, silent suffering at a time when I was very, very wounded and shameful and guilt-ridden and in an enormous amount of pain. You know, he was a heretic, and the way that he navigated that felt instructive. And beyond that, he's a very seductive figure inside of the Catholic Church. And so he made this very attractive. And then when I met the rest of the brothers, they imbue the same spirit of Pio in their day-to-day, prayerful, fun, boisterous, social, and strong. And so the way he's showed up for me is he shows up for me all the time. He removes all fear from my heart. He was able to lift the shroud of shame and guilt and purposelessness that I was walking around with. And he's given me a North Star to follow. Christ, sometimes when you read the gospel, almost feels like it's hard to identify with a man that great, a person that great. An extension of God. It feels almost like it's not something that's within reach. A guy like Pio, with all his flaws, felt like a person that you could really, really esteem to try to emulate, and that it was within reach.
The primary source of all human oppression and exploitation is individual property.
What is he talking about?
He's talking about how we can get control of our lives.
I know you'll give me what I need. I know you will not refuse me. I need courage. I know you will provide.
I knew I wanted to make the film about, the young priest, in doubt, searching, not quite, in pain, and in that moment. But, for me, the older Pio, the one that everybody kind of knows is where I find the strength. I find where he understands his journey. He understands his purpose. He understands, I'm talking about him late in life, what he needs to do, which is, as simple as confession, but giving confession all in, every moment, all in, that you're living service is it, empathy, compassion, service, dedication. I'm not going to build a hospital. Who knows? I doubt it, okay. But I understand I could be nice to somebody down, at the cafe today. I could make a gesture. I could do something that's in the same spirit of him, so.
And brother, how has the intercession affected your faith life?
Being a friar, with the Capuchins, knowing about Padre Pio is like that he's one of our brothers. It's sort of like second nature that he was one of us. Like, we don't talk about him often, or like we don't give devotion to him in a certain way. We know who he is or was. For me particularly, the things that I know about Pio now that I didn't know before, because of the movie, as somebody, as part of my life, I know for sure that he led me to the Capuchins. In other words, when I was discerning what to do with my life early on when I was 19, 18 years old, I know that I didn't know he was a Capuchin, but I know he led me to the Capuchins. It was only later on that I realized who he was. And then now, when Shia came up to our parish to prepare for the film, and then all of us, the friars and himself and I, working together with Abel to prepare for the film, filming the thing, and then everything else that happened afterward. All of that is because of God primarily, but through Pio. Like nothing of this happened sort of like planned. It all happened organically. Like we knew what direction we were going, but we didn't know what was going to happen next. Like how is this scene going to be filmed, or how are we going to write the script this certain way, presenting Pio in this light. It's all a gift. That's all I can say.
Now, you were instrumental for the research around Padre Pio and a mentor to Shia. Is this mentorship ongoing?
Oh yeah, it's not just me only. It's all the friars who know Shia personally. It's an ongoing, and it will hopefully continue to be an ongoing lifetime commitment, because being Catholic is not like, oh, I'm Catholic or I am a good person and that's it. It's an ongoing lifetime commitment, and it's important to have a support system to help you keep going. With us friars, we help each other out. It's part of our fraternity as Franciscans to be on the lookout for each other. But now having Shia with us, as part of the family in a way, we support him, he supports us. Spiritually speaking, it's an ongoing commitment.
I saw the film and I loved it. After I saw the whole film, I went back and started watching certain sections over and over and over as if it was a YouTube video. I just enjoyed it so much. Shia, in the now viral video with Bishop Barron, you said there was a time in your life where you were really good at attacking Catholicism because it made you feel superior. I like to argue because it made me feel like I'm in power. After playing Pio, how has that statement changed?
I'm a Catholic. I mean, I've given up on all this knowledge. Knowledge is going to be salvific. The more I know, the better I'll feel. This whole idea of Freudian happiness, it's just it's all nonsense, really. I'm an extraordinarily therapized human being. I've been therapized my whole life, and it's like when you're taking on water, you're in a boat, you're submerged and you're sinking. There's a couple of routes. There's the Buddhist approach, which is here's a book on how to swim better, and then you have Christianity, which is just a hand that's inviting you to take hold and trust. And I needed that. I was out of ideas, out of plans. My pain was not sufficient for me to be able to give up on my egotism and my knowledge and my plans. And then when my life exploded and my plans had failed me, I really had only two options, which was to either off myself or fall in line. And with Abel at the helm of this whole thing, at his name on the invite, it was very attractive to my ego. And in a way, it seduced me into this 3-card Monte where I walked into a film and walked out a Catholic.
Seeing a reflection of time, a chunk out of life, I really enjoyed that. I loved all the handheld. I really felt like it was like I was there, and I don't feel that many times with period pieces, because you have this amazing equipment, and how am I going to make it look a little janky? Why would a person do that when you have all this really expensive equipment? I really felt it was a personal reflection, and I felt like I was there. So thank you for that. What were your feelings going into directing this?
I'm blessed, my journey is a lot like Shia's. So, I feel blessed. I feel happy. I'm lucky I'm alive, So when this opportunity came together, and, it came together because of just a love for the piece. It's not like, we didn't even have a budget, we had producers, but they were like friends. You dig? I mean, Shia, when we started doing when we got to it, when he went to meet Alex, there was nothing but our belief and our will, our desire, not will, our desire to do this, you know what I mean? And something else. And what that something else is, the grace of God, the power of Pio himself, and we knew, we're confident in our ability because we've done it, because we have God-given talent, because we have trust in each other, because we're doing the right thing for the right reason. And, making films is a sacrament too, and it's a brotherhood too, and it's always positive. It's always cool, unless you make it not cool, And, so much of my life, I've made it not cool. And this time, it's been, it was a blessing. We just took it head on. It was what we filmed actually happened. Those people lived. They had names. Pio wrote that, he got there. We were in the room he was in. We knew, we had so many gifts. We had the brother. We had the guys in LA from San Giovanni Rotondo, stepping into the brotherhood like Shia said. I mean, I felt it from the beginning. You're in a world of no cynicism. You're in the world of love. You're in a world of compassion. That's the Padre Pio world. That's the world I want to be in. And so it was all good, bro. And it gets better. I mean, this is part of the process. You seeing it, us talking about it, it's just like as good as it gets. So, you know what I mean? We're all together on a Zoom call. I'm listening to this. I want to hear it. I need to hear it. I can't get enough of it, actually.
Prepare the fire!
I'm very lucky that I get to be around bishops and priests on a daily basis, and it's an ongoing process. I speak to a bishop and they tell me that they're still learning. And Shia, you've been very open about your conversion to Catholicism, which is unheard of in this industry, this entertainment industry. This faith is an ongoing learned experience. What are your latest revelations that you learned going through your journey?
Well, I'm still in RCIA. We're right now. I'm in Luke. That's so I'm in the middle of study. But I've built incredible relationships with people who are always there on the phone, and Rosary has been, for me, Rosary has been relief. I pray the Rosary with my kid every night before she goes to sleep. Rosary has built patience in my life I never had before. You can't really pray until you can get quiet, and I couldn't get quiet. I had no way of doing that. My mind would send me into the forest and into my wants, and I want this and I want that, and I need this and I need that, my resentments, and I hate them and I hate this, and the Rosary. When you get to the fourth decade of the Rosary, you're in as deep a meditation as a person can actually get. It quiets my agenda, and it levels the playing field. It allows me to be able to get a read on things, and my life is incredible. I'm just so blessed.
Say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Get out. Get out.
Shia, I followed you since Project Greenlight, and one of these days, when you win that Oscar, I will be standing up, clapping for you no matter where I'm at. I know it's going to happen because I'm
and Alex too.
But yeah, this is a beautiful movie, and I want everyone to see it.
June 2nd.
Yes,
is when
definitely. Thank you so much for your time, guys. I really appreciate it.
Bless you.
Yeah. Thank you.